Every night before sleeping, the man sprinkled sand around his bed, sealed the door with duct tape, and chained his ankles. Only after doing all this would he lie down and play with a Rubik's Cube, trying to stay awake. But no matter how hard he tried, he always woke up in a strange field with a golden scarab beetle in his pocket. When he went to ask an old man where he was, the old man suddenly opened fire. Stephen had no choice but to run, and he escaped by hiding in a crowd. But then something weird happened. The villagers all stepped aside, and a blonde man walked out. He was holding a ceremony. With a staff in his hand, he waved it over people's arms, making glowing green tattoos appear. He said one man was pure, but when an old woman stepped forward, her tattoo turned red, marking her as unclean. The blonde man chanted something, and the woman instantly turned into a dried-up corpse. Just then, mercenaries arrived and told the blonde man Arthur that the golden scarab had been stolen. They said the thief was in the crowd. Arthur gave a signal, and all the villagers dropped to one knee, except Stephen, who was still standing. It was obvious he was the thief, so Arthur told him to hand over the scarab. Confused, Stephen reached into his pocket, but right before giving it, his hand jerked back on its own. He couldn't open his fingers. Then his legs suddenly ran against his will. Arthur's men tried to grab him, but when they successfully got the scarab, his eyes rolled back. When he woke up, he was covered in blood and bodies were lying all around him. Arthur and the whole village came at him this time. So Stephen immediately jumped into a nearby truck and hit the gas to escape. But the truck was too slow, and Arthur's men quickly caught up. One guy even jumped onto the truck. Stephen tried to knock him off with a cupcake, but then another attacker came from the side. His eyes rolled back again. When he woke up, his attackers were already down and he was holding their weapons. That's when Stephen started to realize he might have powers. Happy but distracted, he almost crashed into a truck. He swerved just in time, but the mercenaries behind him weren't so lucky. Their vehicle was crushed, and the last two were thrown off a cliff. Then Stephen suddenly woke up in his bed. Relieved, he checked his ankle chains and the sealed door. Everything was still intact. It was all just a nightmare.